Hi, and welcome to the world of phspeed, a low-code PHP RAD development platform that enables you to create your PHP web applications way faster. In this series of short videos, we will explain a small part of the phspeed functions. If you want to know how to create a new project and what all the settings are for, stay tuned. One important thing to do when you want to start with phspeed is to define a connection to your database. Database connections are part of the IDE and usually only need to be defined once. You can reuse them over all your projects. To access the database setup, click on Database, then Database Connections. phspeed uses PDO to access the database. So you also need to supply a PDO string as well. You will find appropriate settings for the several databases in the drop-down. By default, the connection to the internal MariaDB is already set up, which I use in this video. You can find screenshots of settings to other types of databases on our wiki, like Oracle, OpenEdge, SQL Server, and others. If you have set up the database connection, you can start creating the project. To do so, go to Project and select New Project. Most of the time, you can enter an ID and hit New Project. However, there are quite some options to choose from, and in this video, I will discuss them all. The description fields have no other meaning than documentary. I do advise, though, always to enter a short description. This description will appear in the Open Project menu, and is handy when you need to select from a list of existing projects. The main application is the name of the initial PHP module that starts your project. It is also the application that gets redirected to when the user refers to a non-authorized module or logged out. You can choose other names like index.php if you prefer. The default connection is the one that is used as the default value for your database components. The layout defines the basic appearance of your applications. When you are creating a new project, you can leave this value as it is, you will change it later. The default theme defines the coloring of the form. There are different themes to choose from, and you can also create your own. You can change the theme of your project at any time. An important option is the type of initial application to generate. This menu will also appear whenever you want to add a new module to your project. The Runnable Types are PHP applications that can run from the web browser. The building block is a module that usually contains header or footer information and can be shared among applications. In general, you will primarily use applications and building blocks. RESTful servers and blank applications are described in other videos. The options and security options are used to create your initial application. If you do not need a database connection, then you can uncheck the checkbox. If you create web applications, then you need to use a form and layout panel. The default security options are fine for most situations. If you run into issues, you can check the other options. They depend on your hosting provider, web server specifications, and perhaps company regulations. phspeed requires a PHP runtime that contains all the libraries that are used in your project. Every project has its own version. phspeed allows you to share this PHP runtime. This way each project doesn't need a private copy. That can be convenient as it saves disk and hosting space, and if you need a new version, then you only have to update once. However, there are disadvantages as well. If you use only one runtime, then it influences all your projects. If you have a lot of them, then it might be a disadvantage that you need to test all projects before putting them into production. phspeed uses the Bootstrap responsive library. I advise you to use version 4 as version 5 is still in beta. Click on the New Project button and a design panel will appear where you can start building your application. If you want to know more about that, then please look at our other videos. They will show you how you can create applications really fast with amazing features. I hope to see you there. Thank you for watching.